I didn't let you know, so, just so that I know, right, it's 5 greens, 5 sixes,
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I was losing sleep, I was losing my appetite, and I was losing my mind. I hated where I worked, the malicious coworkers, and my boss that would throw me under the bus in a minute. In the middle of one of my pity parties, which was really one of the only parties I've been having lately, the phone rang. It said, hello. It was the Red Cross office, recruiting volunteers for the disaster mission in New York after 9/11. Now, there was some risk with me saying yes. I risked my personal safety, I risked losing income, and I risked even losing my job. Then I thought, could that be a bad thing? Well, really, life wasn't so great, at least at work, and I decided that every risk was worth it. When I arrived in New York City, I was greeted by Laura, a retired English school teacher turned disaster volunteer. There was something special about Laura. Yes, she was as stiff as a pencil with a smile. Laura and I worked together placing local volunteers in the areas where they needed help. We had to decide whether the volunteers were eligible because of where they lived, whether they'd been impacted by the disaster, and then we would place them into their own volunteer roles and schedules. We had to really trust and rely on each other. Well, I didn't really have to worry about Laura because she wouldn't do anything that she shouldn't. In fact, most of the time she was asking questions and just couldn't seem to ever get anything done right. Lorna, Laura called out to me one day, can you come and help me? I went, oh, well, here we go. So I said, sure, what do you need? Well, I'm interviewing this new volunteer, and I think he was there when the attacks happened, but he won't tell me, and he's getting all upset, and I don't know what to do. So I followed Laura into the interview room. And it only took me minutes to realize that, yes, he had been impacted by the disaster. And I had to tell him he couldn't help us volunteer. Thanks for nothing, he said, slammed on the table, and stomped out of the room. I turned to look at Laura, and she was just shaking. So I kind of went over, gave her a little hug, picked up the forms, filed them under not accepted, and left. I was now frustrated, and I was now upset because she couldn't do anything. I didn't know what was going to happen with her around. Later that week, I was just working on the computer, bringing in a new volunteer, and all of a sudden I heard this crash and this bang, and here's Laura. I can't take this anymore. No one appreciates me. I may as well go home. Wow. That's when I was about to lose it. I thought, really? I can't stand these outbursts anymore? How much time do I have to spend looking after her? And how'd she get through our volunteer screening anyway? Well, I thought, there has to be something that English teacher pencil person could do. I bet she's good at editing. So I gave her an instruction manual. She was helping me write. She did the editing, make sure that I had every detail right in the computer database. And I got her out of our hair. When I left, the day that I left, Laura came over to me, gave me a hug, whispered, if it wasn't for you, I would never have stayed. Laura's statement puzzled me. I had no idea what I had done to deserve that statement. On the flight home, I realized it wasn't what I had done, it was who I had become. When I left for New York City, I blamed everything that was wrong in my life on my coworkers and my job. And what I realized then is that I have become like them. They were mean to me. They were malicious. I was mean to Laura. I wanted her out of my hair. They didn't think I was capable of doing my job. I didn't think Laura was capable of doing her job. That's when I realized I really had become them. The power in Laura's statement to me was that I had become something different. And what I really had needed earlier to figure that out was a mirror. If I had only looked into the mirror, I would have realized I didn't like who I had become. So I ask you, when you look in the mirror, do you like who you've become? What I really learned was at the times that I have the most trouble in my relationships and somebody is really driving me crazy, the first step I need to take is to look into that mirror and see if I am the person that I want to be. And if I'm not, then I need to change. So I urge you, take a look in the mirror and see if you are the person you want to become. Contest chair.